Exactly 1 month from today, we will see the Tennessee Titans on the field for training camp and get ready for the upcoming season. And I got 3 breakout candidates that I could see totally dominating going into next year. Welcome to Titans Today by Chat Sports. I am your host, Brett Alper. And before we get started, it's the middle of June. I've gotten my fix. I've been itching for football. Wouldn't you give a Thursday night game against the Jags, against some crappy team? Yeah, me too. I don't care what it is. So if you're tired of the summer and you want football just as much as I do, go ahead, hit that thumbs up icon and like the video, because if you do, maybe just a chance you'll blink and football will be here before you know it. All right, my first breakout candidate for the Titans this upcoming season is James Williams. Linebacker, you haven't really heard much about this guy because, let's be honest, he didn't play much in 2024. You can see his stats: 26 tackles, 0 sacks, 0 tackles for loss, 0 forced fumbles, and 0 fumble recoveries. Not the greatest stats. He was a special teams specialist. I hate the word special team specialist just because they put special twice, but that's neither here nor there. The one thing I think that is why he's going to be a breakout candidate is because he switched his position. He is going from safety and going all the way to linebacker. So when you do that, it kind of helps your athleticism as you're not focused on just going back into coverage. You're a great tackler. You're going to primarily keep your eye on the ball and just attack. But when you're a linebacker, you could also go into coverage. You can go and find the quarterback. And that's what I think James Williams has an advantage of. Now, last year, we didn't see him much on the field. He was primarily just on special teams, and he didn't post too much stats, but when you saw he was on the field, and he was on the field a lot from the final couple games of last season. He appeared in 13 games. Like I said, he was mostly on special teams. But when he appeared in those games, you could see just the potential with Williams. You could see the athleticism. His PFF grades, not terrible with the stats he put up. Only 26 tackles, 54.7 PFF grade. His pass rush grade was 56.1, and his run grade is 51.5. And he talked about it going into just his next season as playing linebacker, talking about, I feel like I came in here and just did the little things. He showed that he was capable of being a pro and willing to change his position. And now that he's come in here and shown that, okay, now I'm fully into playing the linebacker position, not safety, not what I played in Miami, it's going to show. And if with the ability and with the kind of not the greatest linebacking core that you have in Tennessee, you have Otis Reese who's hurt, and he might be a cut candidate. James Williams comes in and has that opportunity. So I think his athleticism gives him the absolute advantage to come in here and steal maybe that linebacker 2 spot, because it's up to Cody. Cody Barton's number 1 for sure. And I think that James Williams has a great opportunity to be that guy this next season. We are getting so close, and I mean so close to our goal of 11,000 subs. 10,811. That's wrong because I can't do math. It is 189, not 89. So fix my mistake. Let's make it 89. Go ahead. Hit that big sub button, subscribe to Titans Today, and let's make that 89. Let's get to 11,000 because that's a huge milestone for the channel. My next breakout candidate, it is an absolute, I guarantee this happening. I think he has a possibility of making a Pro Bowl. I think he has a possibility of making an All-Pro, and it's J.C. Latham. And he is just absolutely bought in. Going into his second year out of Alabama, we saw the potential of J.C. Latham a year ago. The one thing that's a little bit different is that he was playing out of position. And when he was playing at left tackle instead of right tackle, you can see 7 sacks allowed, but 6'6", 340 pounds. This breakout candidate is an absolute no-brainer. No-brainer whatsoever. And Latham went into this season, he lost 30 pounds. He went in and lost 30 pounds. He was taking advantage of what his teammates or what his coaching staff told him to do, and he put himself in the best shape possible. I mean, when you go back and you look at his PFF grades, like they were decently, but they weren't what you expect out of your first round draft pick coming out of Alabama. That's what J.C. Latham has come in and dominated this upcoming year. And I think moving positions, and also we'll talk about it a little bit, but Cam Ward is going to help him. Like you could see his PFF grades, 61.8, 67.8 pass blocking grade, 7 sacks allowed, and 10 penalties. He was playing just out of position, but he has put himself in the best shape possible. And Nick Holes, he was talking about it, like the offensive coordinator, talking about just how important he was for J.C. Latham. And going into this upcoming season, they challenged J.C. Latham, challenged him to get better, be that offensive tackle that they wanted him to be. And this is what he had to say. Throughout the offseason program, he's been the most consistent, like the best player that you have seen in the offseason program going into this upcoming year. No negatives on any day. He's graded out at an unbelievable level on just what we've done. His conditioning has been excellent. He looks like he's half the size that he was. We challenged him at the end of the season to lose weight and get in shape, and talk about a guy who took those conversations and changed his whole lifestyle, and he looks like a whole different player out there. And like I said, Latham lost 30 pounds going into this year. So I will say, like, even though you lost 30 pounds as an offensive lineman, he's still that big and strong player. He's also faster. He's probably gained even more muscle, so I think that he's going to have an advantage going into this year, going into his second year. And not only, they signed Dan Moore Jr. to play left tackle, so J.C. Latham gets to go back to his original position that he played at Alabama, right tackle, which he knows, which he's played his whole entire college career, which he, as what's the word I'm looking for, mastered that position going back. So now he's going to his original spot where he can take advantage of that, and I think that's going to help him. I also think that Will Levis didn't really do him any favors last season by holding the ball too long, just making so many mistakes, running into your defenders. Like, it just doesn't help him. So I think that bringing in Cam Ward, getting that guy that's going to get the ball out quick, that can read defenses, move through progressions quickly, and also just get the ball out, give his offensive lineman the ability to block, is going to help J.C. Latham possibly be a Pro Bowler, be an All-Pro. This is only his second year. He's going to get better as time goes on. Now, before we get into my last breakout candidate for you guys, talking about Cam Ward, you can get your jerseys today, and you can get it in the home. You can get it in the away. You can get it in the throwback Oilers. Get yours. Chatsports.com/Ward. You're going to want to be repping it come September once they get on the field at Nissan Stadium. You're going to see these all in the stands, or if you're sitting at home, get your jersey today. Rep the new franchise quarterback, chatsports.com/Ward. We'll have that in the comments and description of today's video. One more time for you, chatsports.com/Ward. My last breakout candidate, and we've talked about the wide receivers a ton, but we haven't talked about this guy in particular. And I have a little bit of bias because he did play for my college while I was there for 2 years. Bryce Oliver, Kentucky, Youngstown State. He transferred from UK. He went to Youngstown State, broke all the records, and we didn't really see him get the opportunity in 2024. You could see 6 catches, 95 yards. But we'll pull up the stats for you, and his yards per catch was something that was just incredible to see, as he only had 6, but still, like, this has been an absolute kind of uphill climb for Oliver, being undrafted, going to Youngstown State. But since then, since getting, like, you could see just how good he is from the little games that he has been in. He's also played a lot of special teams. Like, a lot of these guys are going for special teams, but I think that they can move in to being that starter on defense or offense. Going from Youngstown State, where you break all the records, you show that you have talent, and then undrafted. He got cut, and then injuries, thankfully injuries, got him on the roster, and I think he's going to make this roster. And since coming to the Titans, showing out a little bit in the last couple games of the year, coming into minicamp, he has been an absolute star. Sleeper Titans, they tweeted this out. This was during minicamp. Caught 3 touchdowns. And Coach Tyke Tolbert, after practice, says, yeah, look what happens when you have opportunities. touchdowns, baby. And then Brian Callahan, during minicamp, was also praising him and kind of talked about the opportunities that Bryce Alper is now getting. He said he's been good. It's what I've been hoping to see. He's been consistent. Sometimes it's hard to find targets all the time to try and put these guys in position to show when they have the opportunities. He probably hasn't had as many as the other guys have had. That's just by nature of how the ball's been thrown when you have Will Levis as your quarterback. But I'm looking forward to having Bryce. He's had a good offseason of work. And I also think that he's going to get a lot more opportunities just in this wide receiver room because it isn't the greatest. Like, they were ranked 30th out of 32 teams, 29th, like bottom 3 in the league. But you have Calvin Ridley, who's going to be your number 1. But then when you look at the wide receiver room, like Tyler Lockett, he's been limited in minicamp. So that's why Bryce Alper gets his opportunity. Van Jefferson, I don't really know Van Jefferson, but then you have all bunch of rookies. You have Chimere DK, Xavier Restrepo, Elike Manor. Like, that gives Bryce Alper the perfect opportunity to get in reps, to get in first team, to get in second team with Cam Ward and show that, hey, I'm ready for this. I'm going into my second year, and I've proven that I can be a serviceable, productive wide receiver for the Titans and for Cam Ward specifically. Let me hear from you guys. Name a candidate for the Titans that you think is going to be a breakout guy in 2025. It could be any position. If you want to go kicker, for all I care, go down in the comments right now and give me a name. And also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We are on our way to 11,000 subscribers. So hit that big red sub button for Titans Today. I'm your host, Brett Alper, and as always, tighten up.